Hey everybody, welcome to the deer plot. So October the 1st is when our deer season starts here in my area of Mississippi, and I already came out here about a week ago and laid down a proper deer field seed that I got from my local seed company. They're locally owned, homegrown folks, and they know what works around here, and they develop their own mix. So that's where I buy my seed from. But I was going through my gardening seeds and found out that I had a few things that I had no intention of trying to plant again next spring, because I would end up just buying new seeds. So I've got these Penelope. It's a English pea that I'm going to just go ahead and add down to this field. And I've also got just a few of these Austrian winter peas. I'm sure you've probably heard of those. Now in my climate, these English peas will probably, presuming they don't get eaten down the first week that they sprout, these English peas would actually grow all winter, most likely, or at least the majority of winter. Whereas the Austrian winter peas are even more winter hardy, and will probably go past that even. So this is it. I asked over on the Facebook group that I help admin called Homesteading, which if you're looking for it, there's a couple that try to use that name. Ours is the one with about 60,000 members. It's the biggest one out there. I asked people if they would use an AR style rifle chambered in the 5.56 NATO round, if they would ever use that to hunt deer. And it's interesting to see how many different opinions there are on that matter. So here in Mississippi, if I use a feed plot, I can sit right on top of my deer, whereas if I use a feeder with corn or some other kind of thing in it, that has to be a certain amount of distance away from where I shoot deer to be all legal about it. Now this has my neighbor's property through the brush that way, and my neighbor's property through the brush that way. This is just about 20 feet on either side, the corner of my property. So that's why I deer hunt back here. He has cattle on that property, and they don't do anything with their woods. So it's a nice quiet area, and I always have deer coming up through this area into the field. So my deer stand is back behind you. But I want to get out of that thing. It scares the bejesus out of me, and I don't like climbing up it in the dark, getting ready for dawn to come, because that's when the deer always come to this feed plot, is right after dawn. So I'm also going to be out here today using my brand new brush cutter and trying to cut down some of the smaller trees to make room for a better deer stand that I'll hopefully have not too shortly after the deer season starts. I'm going to come through here one more time. Some of what I have planted has started to come up, but I can come through here one more time with the brush cutter and cut some of these faster growing things back down and make sure that everything that was planted before, which included a bunch of clover, Diakon Radish, and a couple other things as well. There's about 6 different plants in there that'll grow well into deer season. So I want to make sure they have as much chance for germination as possible. Now here's something you can help me with. I am about 1,000 feet from my back door, 1,000 feet from my closest hose bib. What do you think would be the most efficient way if I needed to get water to this field, because we may not have rain? There was that tropical depression that was, or that invest as they call it, that was looking like it was going to come our way, and I thought, perfect, let me get the seed down and we'll have a nice steady rainfall, and it never came. So now I'm worried that all these little seedlings are going to wilt out and die. So what would you do? How would you get water back here? I don't have a 55 gallon drum that'll hold water. I could just be desperate and come back here with buckets and a gardening pail. But you tell me, what is the smart way to get water back to this deer field so I can make sure that my seeds don't die off? Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to leave your comment down below on how we can fix some of these issues. And any other thoughts you had about the video. If it's your first time here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And as always, we'll see you next time.